Well, hello everybody. My name is Wendy Sanford and I am the Adult Services Librarian at the Ringwood Public Library, and I welcome you to this month's version of Mid-Month's Make It with Wendy. Today our craft is going to be an entire dollar store kind of craft, and it's about possibilities because what I'm using today is this dollar store splatter screen. And while I'm going to make a craft with you today, while we're doing this, let's think of all the possibilities that you can do using this splatter screen. It comes with a hanger, so it's something that can just be automatically hung up. This black piece comes out pretty easy, so that if you wanted to use it as a hanger, you can leave it like this. You can wrap ribbon around it. You can paint it. You can maybe put beads on it. Again, possibilities are endless. And this is a very good size. I'm thinking of my cousin right now in the Midwest who's doing paintings. She's doing very smallish paintings. Perhaps this would be some kind of nice screen to hang it on. But we're going to make a flower type craft with this today. And it's just going to be a quickie, but every single item I got at the dollar store. The supplies that we need for the craft that I'm going to make today, it will be using the splatter screen. And like I showed you before, I'm going to take the black part of the handle out. So we need the splatter screen. That was $1 at the dollar store. I chose a plastic placemat from the store. I liked this one. You could use any. I have some felt from the dollar store. This is going to be put on the back of the splatter screen. Found this craft jar there. It's a clear jar. What I'm going to do is I'm choosing to spray paint it. So I do have spray paint. You could paint it, you could leave it clear, you can Mod Podge it, or anything that you want. For this craft particularly though, you don't even have to use this. Anything that has a flat surface with an opening in it, because I'm going to be sticking flowers in there. Speaking of flowers, these are the ones that I chose from the dollar store. Don't know how many I'm going to be needing, so I covered myself. I bought 4 strands, 2 of each kind. Around the splatter screen, instead of leaving it silver, I saw this jump rope in the kids section. I liked the blue and white since I was kind of leaning towards the blues today. You don't always have to do this, I would think, with the splatter screen, because it is nice here, but maybe this cord could also be nice around it. Twine, but you use your imagination for whatever you're going to be using this for. And like I said, today I'm going to be doing a flower decoration. So since it'll probably be like this, I also got this mirror at the dollar store, and that'll go in front of the container. Okay, and so yeah, I'm going to be spray painting that container. I have my scissors, Mod Podge, and a brush. And I'm also going to try with the felt to use this spray glue to see if the felt will stick nice to the splatter screen with the glue. The first order of business for me on this craft is to go outside with my craft container and the spray paint and get this entire jar spray painted blue and have it dry. By the time that I need it, I'll hope that it'll be dry. Let's start with the splatter screen and the background, which again I chose a plastic placemat. So what we want to first do is take off that, and again I'm taking off this black thing. You know what I'm looking at? Perhaps you want to save these since it's going to be time to planting your vegetables. This looks like this would be a good plant marker. Speaking of markers, I have a black marker, and I am going to trace. You know what? There is a beveled side of the splatter screen and there is a flat side of the splatter screen. I'm going to be tracing it with the flat side here with just a marker. Going all the way around. Okay, have that done. So as you can see, now I just have to cut these, and since it's going into the beveled part, you can't tell from here. This is the flat part and this is the beveled. There's a groove around here. This part of the craft, we're using the placemat on the beveled part. So even though I have it traced this way, I'm still going to cut it a smidge smaller than the black line and then just trim it to make sure that it's going to fit on the inside of the rim. So I've got it cut out, and again this is the side with the lip. I had to trim it a bit. If I go close, you can see that I don't have it all the way up to the top with my trimming because I am not a perfectionist. But the cording that I'm going to put around here will hide any of those imperfections. So I'd rather it be a little bit smaller on the screen than overlapping on the silver part. So this one turned out okay. This was how much more I had to cut off of the original circle that I cut out. Okay, tackling the felt next. Just gonna unroll it. And do this same with the felt pen. Just trace it. And since the felt is for the bottom where nobody's going to see, it's okay that it got a little bit chopped off on the top. So we'll just cut this out and have that ready to glue. The felt is cut, circle, and it fits nice on the splatter screen. No one's ever going to see this, so it could be any color felt that you have. And I'm just using felt so that it doesn't scratch your walls. I'm going to begin the assembly of this craft using this splatter screen. And I just want to point out one more time, there's a flat perfectly flat side, and then there's a beveled side where you can feel the inside of the edge of the splatter screen. We're going to start with the flat side, and the felt is going to go on there. The felt that we cut out, and it is just the back. No one's ever going to see it. I'm going to try using the spray glue. We'll see if that's going to work. And position the felt. So there's no overhang. I've let the two sides of the splatter screen dry. There's the front. I like it just like that even. Here's the back with the felt. It's nice and soft. It's dry. So the next part that we're going to do is the trim for the inside here. Again, I found this jump rope. I thought it was just the right size, and I liked the blue and white in it. You can use anything that you want. I am going to use the jump rope, and I don't think the Mod Podge is going to hold it, so I'm falling back on my trusty E6000. If you wanted to hot glue it, you probably could glue it to the trim too. I'm waiting for the jump rope to dry completely. And meantime, I'm going to work on the handle, which is, I picked this striped picot, kind of a plum color, and I cut off about 5 arm lengths. And I'm going to just wrap that around in and out of here. And if I don't like it, hey, it could come back off. Getting down to the home stretch. Here's the ribbon. And instead of going in and out, I went round and round and round, and I left the top clear so that it can hang nicely. I just used this clip because I glued it in the back, and that's holding the glue. That'll come off pretty soon. The next part of this is putting the flower holder here. And again, hot glue gun. I'll be using E6000. You do a combination of the two, but it will, let's try the combination. I'm putting it right in the middle. Some nice glue. Let's do this. Okay. And E6000. Just place this right in the middle. Just press down. And we'll let that dry. So that's the flower container. It's glued on. You can leave it like that, but I want to add this mirror from the dollar store. These are usually found by the candles. You put a candle on it. And I'm going to glue that to this using the hot glue, this E6000, either or both. I'll probably do both. While I'm waiting for the container and the mirror to dry on the splatter screen, our next step is to just put the flowers in and then hang it up. I chose these lilies and lilacs. So I chose the flowers first because I really like the color. I like the design of them. And then I bought everything around these blues. The jump rope trim, I chose blue. The plastic placemat I chose was blue. I spray painted the jar blue. And we'll see what the finished product looks like. So there's the finished splatter screen wall hanging that we made. It's pretty, but I do want you all to consider the possibilities that can be with the splatter screen. There's so much art that can be hung, so many crafts. I just think that it's a pretty cool idea. It already has the handle, and can be decorated like crazy every holiday. And it costs less than $5 to make for all the supplies at the dollar store. So I'm going to say for next month, we're still going to be online. We're going to do a St. Patrick's Day craft, and I hope to see you online on Facebook for my next mid-month Make It's with Wendy. And the library is now open, and we welcome you inside the library. And I hope that you have a great Valentine's Day, and see you next month. Bye-bye.